Welcome to Poland Daily Culture. My name is Maria Kądzielska, and we are taking you today for a journey to the past. Here with me is Julia Barczuk, one of the debutantes. Thank you again for showing up in Poland Daily.
Yes, thank you again for inviting me.
So every year debutantes are preparing the Nights of Museum, and every year you portray a different epoch. Why this year you decided for Empire style?
So this year was inspired by the events that happened in Polish history, because in the 1791, so 230 years ago, the Polish constitution was passed. And that's why this year we've decided to answer those events and try to revive this moment once more in our video clips.
It was the first constitution in Europe, a very modern bill, which were supposed to bring order and put the country back together, which was already divided by the weak monarchy of Stanisław August Poniatowski, our last king. And in all, the idea of the constitution was very, very unique, and it was a lot of hope connected to it. But unfortunately, it lasted for only a few months. Yes?
Yes, it was only 14 months. Actually, some will say only 12. So it wasn't that long as everyone hoped for. But I would say that it's still important that it was possible for our ancestors to make it possible to pass this constitution, because even though it was only valid for those 12 months, it is still very important event in our Polish history. And yes, that's it.
And the debutantes are this year portraying the dresses, women in those times, but also the whole epoch, so the happiness of this moment. There is a spring outside, so there is May, there's the beautiful Wilanów Palace with blooming flowers, and this, I would say, the smell of hope in the air of political independence as well.
Yes, because it is very important that the Polish Constitution of 3rd May was second in the world after the American one, and it was even before the French one, which was known for its revolution right now, of course. But it is very important because this constitution actually introduced a very important differences in Polish law, and some of them are still seen in today's democracy.
And how do you feel as a debutant? Because as I understand, you are ending the year of the program which you took part in, which is education and a charitable program for young women, in order to, and this event is one of the closing one, except the ball itself of the whole program. What have you learned and how do you feel?
Well, I'm having a mix of all of the emotions because, as always, when you organize something as big as this one, you feel very excited. The excitement is very real, but also there is maybe a little bit of sadness in this, that all of this is ending, and next year I won't be here, maybe for the audience show, right? But I'm very, very glad that I took part in this program and that I could have experienced what I have experienced, because I believe that every new experience brings something to us and creates our character.
I would say that every girl would like to move this small trip to the past, because of the dresses of those times were so female, so were so, I would say, exposing different parts of beauty of women as well, which we cannot experience in modern dresses.
Yes, because as a history aficionado, as I claim myself to be, it is very beautiful experience to have the possibility to try on those dresses, be in them for a few days and act in them and act according to the standards and morals of those times, because before I could only read and watch movies about those times. Right now, right now I can experience it.
Do you feel like Pride and Prejudice? In Pride and Prejudice, one of the characters.
Especially, I would say that this dress that I'm currently wearing is very Pride and Prejudice. It's very in very fashion of Jane Austen, right? Because it's very plain.
With curly hair and a little bit of makeup, not much.
Yes, yes, because it was all supposed to be very feminine. So natural beauty was in fashion back then.
In comparison to the epoch before, which was so much makeup, so much powder, so much white faces, I would say heavy. And those
heavy hairstyles as well. And all of those differences will be visible in our video clips.
Well, I'm looking forward to see the video clip. And I do also hope that the audience of Poland Daily will join them, the debutantes, for the Night of Museums. And the most important, come to the Wilanów Palace, which is one of the most beautiful places in Warsaw, and experience this journey back in history yourself. And thank you very much for watching Poland Daily Culture.